For 150 feet of 220 volt line, you will need to use number 6 American wire gauge copper wire. This wire size is recommended for a maximum voltage drop of 3%. The recommended burial depth for electrical conduit in residential areas is as follows. Firstly, 18 inches below finished grade for conduit containing service cables or underground feeder cables supplying a building, and secondly, 12 inches below finished grade for conduit containing branch circuits, that is, circuits that serve individual outlets or appliances. Since the conduit is for the eventual installation of a hot tub, which is considered an appliance, the burial depth should be 12 inches. Use Schedule 40 polyvinyl chloride or metal conduit for protection. Install a pull string in the conduit for easy wire pulling later. Run the conduit in a straight line, avoiding any sharp bends. Grade the soil around the conduit to prevent water from pooling. Call 811 before digging to mark any underground utilities. Now let's delve into a more detailed explanation of these points. Starting with wire size, the selection of number 6 American wire gauge copper wire is based on several factors, primarily the length of the run, the voltage, and the allowable voltage drop. Voltage drop refers to the decrease in voltage along the length of a conductor. Excessive voltage drop can cause appliances to operate inefficiently or even damage them. The recommendation of a maximum voltage drop of 3% is a common standard in electrical installations. To understand why number 6 American wire gauge is suitable, we need to consider Ohm's law and the National Electrical Code, known as the NEC. Ohm's law states that voltage equals current times resistance, or volts equals amps times ohms. The longer the wire, the greater its resistance. The greater the current, the greater the voltage drop. The NEC provides tables and guidelines for wire sizing based on these factors. For a 220 volt circuit, a 3% voltage drop over 150 feet requires a wire gauge that can handle the expected current load of the hot tub without significant voltage loss. Number 6 American wire gauge copper wire is typically rated for at least 55 amps in most common wiring methods, which should be sufficient for many hot tubs. However, it's crucial to verify the specific current requirements of the hot tub being installed. The hot tub's nameplate will list its maximum amp draw. It's also important to note that local electrical codes might have stricter requirements or specific amendments to the NEC. Always consult with a qualified electrician and local authorities to ensure compliance with all applicable regulations. Now, let's consider the burial depth. The NEC and local codes specify minimum burial depths for electrical conduits to protect them from physical damage. The difference in burial depth between service cables and branch circuits reflects the potential consequences of damage to these circuits. Service cables carry the main electrical supply to a building, so damage to them could interrupt power to the entire structure. Branch circuits supply individual outlets or appliances, so damage to them would only affect those specific loads. In this case, since the conduit is for a hot tub, it is considered a branch circuit, hence the 12-inch burial depth requirement. This depth provides adequate protection from typical activities such as gardening or light landscaping. However, it's essential to consider the specific soil conditions and potential hazards in the area. If the soil is rocky or prone to shifting, or if there is a risk of heavy equipment traffic, a deeper burial depth might be necessary. Again, local codes might have specific requirements based on these factors. Now let's talk about additional considerations. Firstly, the use of Schedule 40 polyvinyl chloride or metal conduit is crucial for protecting the wires from physical damage and environmental factors. Schedule 40 polyvinyl chloride conduit is a common choice for underground electrical installations due to its durability, resistance to corrosion, and ease of installation. Metal conduit, such as rigid metal conduit or intermediate metal conduit, provides even greater protection but is more expensive and can be more difficult to work with. The choice between polyvinyl chloride and metal conduit depends on the specific application and local code requirements. Secondly, installing a pull string in the conduit is a simple but essential step that will save time and effort when it comes to pulling the wires through the conduit. The pull string should be made of a strong, durable material that will break or stretch during the pulling process. It's also helpful to attach a small weight to the end of the pull string to help it navigate through the conduit. Thirdly, running the conduit in a straight line, avoiding any sharp bends, minimizes friction and makes it easier to pull the wires through. Sharp bends can create significant resistance, making it difficult or even impossible to pull the wires. If bends are necessary, use wide sweeping elbows to minimize friction. The NEC specifies minimum bending radii for electrical conduits, so it's important to comply with these requirements. Fourthly, grading the soil around the conduit to prevent water from pooling helps to protect the conduits and wires from moisture damage. Water can seep into the conduit through cracks or joints, leading to corrosion and electrical problems. Grading the soil ensures that water drains away from the conduit, keeping it dry and protected. And lastly, calling 811 before digging to mark any underground utilities is a critical safety precaution. This service, known as One Call, alerts utility companies to the planned excavation, allowing them to mark the location of any underground lines. This prevents accidental damage to these lines, which could result in serious injury or property damage. In summary, installing electrical conduit for a hot tub requires careful attention to wire size, burial depth, and other important considerations. By following the recommendations outlined above and consulting with a qualified electrician and local authorities, it is possible to ensure a safe and code-compliant installation. Let's go into some additional details about wire types and conduit fill. While number 6 American wire gauge copper wire is a common choice, there are other factors to consider when selecting the appropriate wire type. The type of insulation on the wire must be suitable for wet locations, as underground conduits can often accumulate moisture. Common wire types for underground installations include THWN, THHN, and XHHW. THWN stands for thermoplastic high water resistant nylon coated. THHN stands for thermoplastic high heat resistant nylon coated. XHHW stands for cross-linked polyethylene high heat resistant water resistant. These wire types are all moisture resistant and can withstand the temperatures typically encountered in underground conduits. The NEC specifies the allowable ampacity of different wire types based on their insulation temperature rating. It's important to select a wire type with an ampacity that meets or exceeds the current requirements of the hot tub. Another important consideration is conduit fill. Conduit fill refers to the percentage of the conduit's cross-sectional area that is occupied by wires. The NEC limits conduit fill to prevent overheating and to make it easier to pull wires through the conduit. The allowable conduit fill depends on the type of conduit and the number of wires in the conduit. For example, for 3 or more wires in a conduit, the maximum fill is typically 40%. To calculate conduit fill, you need to know the cross-sectional area of the wires in the conduit. The cross-sectional area of the wires can be found in the NEC tables. The cross-sectional area of the conduit can be found in the conduit manufacturer's specifications. It's important to ensure that the conduit fill does not exceed the allowable limit. If it does, you will need to use a larger conduit. Now let's discuss grounding and bonding. Grounding and bonding are essential for electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping a circuit breaker or fuse and preventing electrical shock. Bonding connects all metal parts of the electrical system together, creating a low impedance path for fault current. The NEC requires that all hot tubs be grounded and bonded. The grounding conductor should be sized according to the NEC tables and should be connected to the grounding electrode system of the building. The bonding conductor should be sized according to the NEC tables and should be connected to all metal parts of the hot tub, including the pump, heater, and control panel. It's important to use the correct type of grounding and bonding conductors. The grounding conductor should be green or bare copper. The bonding conductor should be bare copper. It's also important to properly terminate the grounding and bonding conductors. The terminations should be tight and corrosion resistant. Now let's briefly cover the inspection process. After the electrical installation is complete, it's important to have it inspected by a qualified electrical inspector. The inspector will verify that the installation meets all applicable code requirements. The inspector will also check the wire size, burial depth, conduit type, conduit fill, grounding, and bonding. If the installation passes inspection, the inspector will issue a certificate of compliance. This certificate is required to obtain a permit to operate the hot tub. If the installation fails inspection, the inspector will provide a list of corrections that need to be made. It's important to make these corrections and have the installation re-inspected before operating the hot tub. Failing to do so could result in serious injury or property damage. Furthermore, let's talk about ground fault circuit interrupters. A ground fault circuit interrupter, known as a GFCI, is a safety device that protects people from electrical shock. A GFCI monitors the current flowing in a circuit and detects any imbalance between the hot and neutral conductors. If an imbalance is detected, the GFCI quickly trips the circuit, cutting off power and preventing electrical shock. The NEC requires that all hot tub circuits be protected by a GFCI. The GFCI should be installed in a readily accessible location, such as at the circuit breaker panel or at the outlet serving the hot tub. It's important to test the GFCI regularly to ensure that it is working properly. To test the GFCI, press the test button on the device. This should trip the circuit and cut off power to the hot tub. If the GFCI does not trip, it is not working properly and should be replaced. Moreover, let's discuss surge protection. A surge protector is a device that protects electrical equipment from voltage spikes. Voltage spikes can be caused by lightning strikes, power outages, or other electrical disturbances. Surge protectors work by diverting excess voltage away from the electrical equipment, preventing damage. It is recommended to install a surge protector on the hot tub circuit to protect it from voltage spikes. The surge protector should be installed at the circuit breaker panel or at the outlet serving the hot tub. It's important to select a surge protector that is rated for the voltage and current of the hot tub circuit. And in addition to surge protection, consider proper overcurrent protection. Overcurrent protection is a critical safety feature that protects electrical circuits from damage caused by excessive current flow. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to interrupt the flow of current when it exceeds a safe level. The NEC requires that all electrical circuits be protected by overcurrent protection devices. The size of the circuit breaker or fuse should be matched to the opacity of the wire and the current requirements of the load. For a hot tub circuit, the circuit breaker or fuse should be sized according to the hot tub's nameplate rating. It's important to use the correct size circuit breaker or fuse. Using a circuit breaker or fuse that is too small will cause it to trip frequently, interrupting power to the hot tub. Using a circuit breaker or fuse that is too large will not provide adequate protection and could allow the circuit to overheat, potentially causing a fire. Moreover, let's consider the importance of proper labeling. Proper labeling of electrical panels and circuits is essential for safety and convenience. Labels should clearly identify the purpose of each circuit breaker or fuse. This makes it easier to quickly identify and shut off power to specific circuits when necessary. The NEC requires that all electrical panels be labeled with the circuit numbers and the loads they serve. Labels should be durable and easy to read. They should be attached to the electrical panel in a secure manner. For a hot tub circuit, the label should clearly indicate that it serves the hot tub. This will help prevent accidental disconnection of power to the hot tub during maintenance or repairs. And let's not forget about the importance of weatherproof enclosures. Electrical components that are exposed to the elements, such as those used in outdoor hot tub installations, must be protected by weatherproof enclosures. Weatherproof enclosures are designed to prevent moisture, dust, and other contaminants from entering the electrical components. This helps to prevent corrosion, electrical shorts, and other problems. The NEC requires that all electrical components that are exposed to the weather be installed in weatherproof enclosures. Weatherproof enclosures are typically made of metal or plastic and are designed to withstand the elements. They are available in a variety of sizes and shapes to accommodate different types of electrical components. For a hot tub installation, the electrical disconnect switch, GFCI receptacle, and any other exposed electrical components should be installed in weatherproof enclosures. And to summarize, the installation of electrical conduit and wiring for a hot tub requires careful planning and execution. It is important to follow all applicable codes and regulations and to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions. By paying attention to wire size, burial depth, conduit type, conduit fill, grounding, bonding, GFCI protection, surge protection, overcurrent protection, labeling, and weatherproof enclosures, you can ensure a safe and reliable hot tub installation. Remember to always prioritize safety and to take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to err on the side of caution.